So many persons, of course, maybe I could talk. Can I talk? Many persons have been wondering, like, what exactly has Al AJ been up to? I mean, he has been talking about doing the photography. He's been working with athletes. He's been working in the fashion industry, and then he just disappears. And let's just say that I kind of lose interest if things don't really like become interest, like keep that interest. Like when I keep doing something over and over and over again, it kind of become boring. And I need something new to really like keep me interested. So this is what I've come up with. Magazines and maybe some podcasts, some streaming, some discussions about this or these industries and things that I've actually been doing. So first off, today I've actually started the official release of Athlete Edge magazine, a magazine that focuses on Guyanese athletes primarily, of course, with photos, with interviews, the whole 9 yards of exactly what the magazine would be. I haven't really focused on it being a marketing aspect as yet, as I'm now really getting into just sitting and creating it. And just so you know, I've been having fun with it. The idea, well, for anybody that knows me, is tech. Once I'm sitting there, I'm actually working on something and then it doesn't come out how I want, and I just sit and I just think about it and I keep, playing, how can I make this better in my head? That's what keeps me like entertained. So going forward, you can expect these magazines to be released monthly. Now, the one that I've actually just released earlier today, it's more about just putting it out there to see the reaction. And because I actually did this like some months ago and I actually got some feedback and I just been, working to make this better. So I put out the official first release, and within the next, let's say 10 to 15 days, I'll be putting out the second release. So I'll be collaborating with more persons to, of course, make it more interesting, cover more sporting activities happening in Guyana as well. And I'm really hoping that this, branches out into really making persons want to, of course, get more into this aspect of social media. And I'm talking like for as the athletes per se. Even if you're a spectator, sharing these stories with your devices really helps to promote sports in Guyana. And this is just a small aspect of exactly what Athlete Edge is going to be focused on. I'm currently at, I think, 9,700 followers on Facebook. I need to, of course, work on other social media platforms to just keep churning out content based on what I capture. But of course, this is way better if, of course, you and, of course, anybody else out there, just start sharing more sports content. And the athletes, you need to start sharing more sports content. That person become more aware of exactly what it is you're doing. And don't keep it generic. I actually have an article in the magazine about that. I'll leave a link in the comment section for you to just go and check that out to see what it's about. But issue 2 is going to be an upgrade because, of course, like I said, I need to, of course, keep churning out content, making it better. I love to create stuff. And in the realm of fashion now, so I've worked with Shivani for a few photo shoots, like on and off recently. Like, I can't say recently. We did do one recently, and she's going to be on the cover of Aura. So Aura is going to be the fashion magazine that's going to be more like lifestyle and tech, but I've included model behavior as part of it as well, to really like dive into the lives of models and like just put that out there with photo shoots and interviews. Of course, the podcasting aspect I'm really looking forward to starting. And people say, oh, everybody doing podcasts now. Well, I actually have a studio that's like 3 years old that was just dedicated to doing podcasts. Like, persons have seen it. Like, I wanted to do it, but every time something just kept coming up and I just didn't do it. But now I'm bored. That's basically it. Like, I really want to like do a lot of different things, and instead of just saying, oh, I'm doing this and I'm making money and yada yada yada, it's not about the money for me. It's more about really like trying new things and seeing exactly what it can create. So yes, podcasting will be a part of it, and Persons know that I get a little bit extreme when I actually start off something. So I'm going to be exploring a lot of different avenues of how the podcasting feature will be part of what, of course, Athlete Edge and Aura would be about. So Aura's first issue, I plan to release that on August the 1st. And one of the key aspects of that would, of course, be Shivani and of the photos that we've been working, the photography aspect we've been doing. But I won Guyana Restaurant Week. Visited 10. I don't understand why I talk like this sometimes. It's like I know, when you actually start doing your content creation, you would see that you know what you want to say, but it doesn't come out. I'm not using a teleprompter. This is just me talking to the camera. Yeah, so I did win Guyana Restaurant Week. I visited 10 restaurants, and I haven't really put out an official release of my experiences, just like 1-minute videos, giving it a short rating, but like the real experience I'm going to put in that magazine, where I'm actually going to have some winners, like, the place that had the best ambience. Those things will be featured in that magazine as well. And let's just say Aura is going to be something that is different and something that many persons may want to become a part of, or even try something on their own in terms of fashion, in terms of traveling, food, like in general, lifestyle. And I do have some, let's say, companies and like the whole networking aspect of things. I do have some people that I actually will be working with that are already well established when it comes to Aura. So of course, look forward to that. And finally, this has been something in I believe this is 13 years now since I started teaching. Persons have been asking me why it is I haven't really tackled issues when it comes to certain areas in education. Now, mathematics is my focus, yes, but of course, I've done work in physical education. I'm well versed in information technology, sociology. I'm going off track. Social studies, psychology. So I am thinking to start a education-focused magazine. Of course, this will also be part of podcasting and videos where I talk about, and of course have other teachers and other persons of interest talk about certain things in education. And of course, the biggest issue in Guyana is the secondary mathematics. So some of my tips and tricks I'll be putting out there as well. And for 2026 CXC, I'm starting to put out more content on my AJ Academic Solutions YouTube channel and on TikTok, which may go away because they're talking about banning TikTok all over again. So let's see how that plays out. But I'm really trying to explore different avenues and really tackle how my students work when it comes to getting ready for a CXC. So the magazine would focus on that. The videos, of course, will explore different aspects, because one thing that I believe that when it comes to CSEC, there's something that we haven't really talked about in this country is math anxiety. Also, how many persons view mathematics from a place of, what's the word I'm looking for? Emotion. Their parents or older persons in their life would say that, oh, maths was never good to me, so if you don't understand, that's okay. And if something becomes difficult, people treat it emotionally, where, of course, they just push against it. Like, this is giving me too much of a hard time, I'm just going to step away from it. And I believe exploring these are my perspectives. I want if other teachers feel the same about maths anxiety and how they view, students working with maths on an emotional level. And then using that information, we can really try and figure out different approaches that can best, combat this issue. There's all the generic stuff. I've been hearing generic stuff for years, and you may be like, oh, you're talking about your school. No, I've literally worked with teachers in several different regions in this country in terms of mathematics. I've been working with them in terms of course, looking at research and exploring exactly what's happening at their school and them sharing with me some of the issues they've been having. And it really comes down to really exploring, like, children don't like maths, but they need maths to actually progress in life. So what do we need to do? And that's just something I actually want to explore. Like I said, I'm bored and I'm just looking for new and interesting roads to travel. So you can look forward to all of these things in the coming weeks, because these videos are just the start. You can expect, of course, my movie reviews to really be coming out with it. Of course, the series will be following as well. I'm thinking of really getting back into gaming just for the sake of it. I mean, I was at one time one among the best, winning. So people are going to be upset when I say this, but I have never lost a fighting game tournament. Like, never. Innovate won the Naruto tournament and the Mortal Kombat X tournament. I've hosted fighting game tournaments, and every one that I've entered, I've won. I've entered other fighting game tournaments. Every time I've entered those, I've won as well. So I can't say that I'm the current strongest, because I haven't really touched the control to play a game in years. But I really want to explore that avenue as well. Esports is big globally, and it's an avenue where we can actually explore to get more persons to really get into streaming, podcasting, and everything else that surrounds that. And there's a lot of money in esports as well on a global scale, and maybe Guyana can get in on that a little bit. Of course, it requires a little bit of dedication, but if you're really interested in doing some esports content or competing, you can look forward to me dropping a few tournaments throughout 2025. The prize pool won't be big, but let's just see exactly how it plays out. And last but not least, I'm just going to say this as I conclude. I am getting back into photography. Look forward to the content. Did I say that right? Let me say that one more time. Yes, I'm going to start back being a professional photographer. Look forward to the content. Weddings, events. Of course, you can expect the models, the model photography, the pageant photography. Everything I'm going to be getting back into. I've already started purchasing new gear, and I'm talking too much now. So I'll just end it at that. Bye.